Talks back again. Drum rolls! This is your host, Hannah Teresa, and today I have an amazing guest. I'm super excited. It's been quite a while. I hope you're all doing well, and if you're here, please settle, subscribe, share, like, and comment. So today our amazing guest is here, Sedrick Otolo. We have a lot to talk about Sedrick Otolo, but we shall briefly talk about him, and we will later get to know more about him. Sedrick Otolo is the team lead of Kakebe Technologies. That is in Lira City. He's the man from Lira. So Lira people, you should get to know him. Soon to be the youth MP. Yeah, and what else? He's the author of Building My Great Character. Building Great Character. It's actually an amazing book. He's the brain behind inspiring youths, and he's so innovative, so inspirational. For more information about him, let's go to Google. So you're welcome here, Sedrick Otolo.
Thank you so much.
I'm honored to be in your presence today. And today we're covering a story. There's a lot that we do not know about you. We are seeing a different picture. We would want to know how this person came to be Sedrick. We want to know your journey into technology, into motivation, into inspiring people. How did it all start?
Well, thank you so much. Nice to meet you again. I think it's actually my second time to meet you. We have been friends for close to 2 years or something. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think I feel happy that we're able to do this together and then share this. Well, that's a very hard question, very broad. And then,
I actually remember the first time you were sharing the story. I was so inspired.
No, you're probably here today.
Yeah.
Anyway, I need to build it. I've been checking.
We shall talk about that later.
Yes, so my name is Sedrick Otolo, and I come from Lira, as I say, but I'm originally born from a Molata district, which is surrounded by lakes, and it was a very hot Monday on the 19th of January when people were heading to the market. As people were heading to the market, my mom was somewhere in some clinic trying to bring me forth to the world. That's when I was born on Monday. So I grew up. I lost my father when I was very little. I think I was 4 years, and I remember I woke up in the night, and then only to find people gathered in the living room. And then my dad was sleeping wrapped in a white cloth. And I was like, what the hell is going on? I mean, they just told me, Dad is gone. I was like, okay. I didn't know anything to do with his passing away, so it was really cool for me. I have that memory of him, laying on the floor. So I think about that a lot of times, but I'm over it. So yeah, and it was really hard in the village. I was in the village and have two brothers, last born. Yeah, so life was really hard, and my brothers got taken up by other people to take care of them, and then it was me that was left in the village. So my mom told me, I kept crying. I was like, I've been in the village for like so many years. I think I was about 6 or 7 now. I need to go to the city, to town, to Lira. I need to also be in a modern school, not in this village school every time. Yeah, so my mom just told me, pray, and then God will open the way. So in 2007, on the 16th of July, 2007, it was a Tuesday morning.
It's amazing how you
I remember those dates very well. It was a Tuesday morning when I went to this orphanage called Children's Village. I got there and everything that was different in terms of the people, community alone. It was a very fancy place. It was like Bahamas for me. Like I was like in another world because it had very nice vegetation and so many good things. There, I was in primary 4 when I got there, but because of the kind of school I was in, I was not fit to be in P4 at the orphanage because of the way of classes and the quality of education. So they just diligently asked me to move back to P2. Yeah, P2. So I went back to P2. And then P2 was a bit hard for me, so I willingly shifted back to P1.
What?
And then they're like, no, you need to get back to PT. So I go back to P2, and yeah, I was the second last in my class. A P4 dropout. So P2. Fast forward, my performance started, getting up and higher. When I was reaching P7, I was already top in my class. In senior one, I was privileged to take the first Tinowa primary school. It was all under the orphanage. And then there was a Tinowa secondary school. So in senior one, they always take students who are in first grade to visit national parks and everything. And I've never had this privilege. So in senior one, I really worked so hard to see that I get this privilege. I was in position 1 in first term, position 2 second term, then in position 1 in third term. And that was the year they stopped taking me. I was never taken. I was like, what the hell is happening? So, yeah, I finished senior 4 well. When I joined senior 5 at Dr. Obote College, one of the most outstanding schools in the northern region, I was doing PEM, and that is where a lot of shift in my life happened. I didn't complete A-level. I stopped in senior 5 because performance. I passed really well in high school. Then when I joined there, and performance versus leadership in school.
What position? Leadership.
Oh, leadership. Oh yeah, I was assistant head prefect in senior 1, head prefect in senior 2, scripture unit, senior 2.
Okay.
I was the ONSA president in senior 2. We had a really big club in our school called Inspiration Club, which brought together all different students. I was the president. So I had 3 big titles, senior 2, senior 3, senior 4. I carried forth. I was really elected. When I went to LA, I was the general duty prefect, which was in charge of all prefectural work in school. I was the script union chairperson. We had 4 religions in school. And then I was the chairperson of motives in school. And then lastly, I was the student chaplain. Yeah. So I stopped in senior 5 because we had a cutoff point of 5 and I was doing PEM. And then I got 7. But then because of the kind of responsibilities that I had, and then the head teacher was not so much in favor. He didn't really like everything we did as scripture in the union and everything. So they raised the cutoff point to 8. So nearly 40 people got scrapped from passing to the next class. I was inclusive. It was really hard. On the 1st of February in 2018, it was the worst moment. I cried. I asked God a lot of questions. Why can't I move to the next class? Because I was in sponsorship. And then they say, since you're in sponsorship, we can't really sponsor people who are failed. It was really hard, and one person that I really treasured told me, you see, your life has jumbled down. There was this song called It's Well with Me, It's Well. I kept listening to that song. It was on a Monday, and I was riding my bike home. I went to him and I said, God, I need you to speak to me. You've always spoken to me. But
what was your mom's reaction? Sorry.
My mom.
Yeah.
My mom told me, Sedrick, if God takes you out of this, then it'll be a blessing for you, because you've always been a good student. We don't want this to happen to you. And so many people started saying false things and negative things about me, and said it has failed to pass simple mathematics. And I was like, oh God, what did I do? Then one thing that happened to me, it was I think late Feb, when I just told myself, I was like, I'm not going to pay attention to what people say. I'm not going to make people's reality about me be my truth, my true nature. So I decided not to pay attention to people. That is the time that I wrote my first book. Because I was so used to talking to people, to students, but this time around I'm home with my mom. I can't preach to my mom. I can't talk all this kind of thing with my mom.
Let me write it.
I said, let me put my thoughts in writing. So I wrote my first book called Being Victorious. It had so many errors. I printed over 400 copies. I sold 400 copies in 2 weeks. That was my first book in 2018. And then I joined campus to do a professional certificate in software engineering. Formerly it was called Uptech. So when I started,
Yeah, in Kampala.
yes, in Kampala. So when I started this course, My first day coming to class, I didn't want to do anything relating to leadership or any sort of kind. First day reaching campus, I was chosen to be the class president. I was the second youngest person in class, and I started venturing into so many activities around Kampala and so forth, because I felt these things could help me. I finished a certificate course, but in the process when I was finishing, because we've been so much engaged in so many things, that is when I won the presidential awards and so many awards, the Janzi. I won like 4 different awards in a period of 2 months, 8 national awards. And little did people know that I was doing certificates. And no one has ever questioned my academic qualification because they see what I'm doing versus my papers. And they're like, there's no need to ask for papers. So I finished that and I enrolled for a diploma. I enrolled for a diploma.
That was in which year?
That was in 2022. We're in 2023, but a lot has happened. That was in 2022, and this course was supposed to be 2 years, but I did it in 3 months. Yeah, bachelor's in, not a bachelor's, a diploma in networking and cybersecurity. And then I was so busy with Kakebe and the business was going on and Lira and traveling and speaking with universities. So many things happening at the same time. And then when I finished certificate, I was still on scholarship, but because people who were sponsoring me thought that I was really successful, and they felt I needed no more support. And I was the young person hustling to just find life and make life better. I go speak at events and I take pictures and people think I have money. So they did not pay my diploma. It was supposed to be 8 million in total. I studied for free because I had a competition at university. I studied and then it came to a time of doing papers. I needed to pay. Then he just told me we cannot pay you. I cried that day. That was in December 2021 when that happened. So in 2022, I went ahead and enrolled for the diploma. I did the whole course without paying a single tuition. And then someone just said, you've done a lot. I mean, we follow you a lot. How much are you supposed to pay? I said, I'm supposed to pay, I'm supposed to pay about 8 million. He gave me 8 million, paid cash. Then after that, I finished the course, I graduated. I finished my papers on Monday, I graduated on Thursday. And then that was diploma. So I enrolled for AI, Artificial Intelligence and Machine Learning at East Baton University. A degree. It's supposed to be 3 years, but they offered me in 2 years. So I'm 1 year off. So I have 1 more year to go. So that's pretty much about my school and how my school journey has been.
So what I wanted to understand
Yeah.
is that while you were in that trauma, when you're still back in the village and you're trying to, transition into someone powerful, was tech always behind the dreams? Was it something that was part of you, or?
Tech has been a part of me from P6. In our primary school, we used to learn computers starting from P6, but I was in P5. So when I reached P6, I started going every day, every break time. I could run, and I said, sir, if you don't want me to sit in the lab, just let me stand at the door. He knows the story, and he talks about it now because he has seen how I was passionate about it and I've grown to love it. So tech has been a very big thing. Yes, it's really, really big in my career. Learning new things. It's the only thing I have ever dreamt of doing, and it's the only thing I do.
So you feel passionate?
So passionate. I'm so passionate about my passion. My passion can make me run crazy.
Yeah, so as we have understood the journey and how it has not been on a silver plate, he has had to work hard, cry, break down, and still come back alive. So as we wrap up, I want to understand the lessons you've learned from all that and one thing you encourage.
Well, a lot has happened. A lot has happened in between the years, and I can say that I have seen so many good days, irrespective of having a very funny background and just growing up in the middle of nowhere. And first of all, I want to appreciate God. because it's been him. I really trust God. I pray. Praise the Lord.
Amen.
I really pray and I trust God so much. So one thing that has really kept me from the Genesis is a word that I always tell people. Because when I was in secondary school, I maximized my time, seizing everything that I had around me, learning beekeeping, carpentry, catering, tailoring, just learning so many skills, instruments and everything. So what I can say to all of us is seize your moment.
Yes, that's your word.
Like that's my word. And so to seize your moment, to me, I can just simply say that to seize something is to get hold of it. Okay? Get hold of it. Don't let it slip away. Maximize it, use it, and then try to see how best can you diverse from the little chance that you get, from the little opportunity that you have, and make it big. I don't know the next time I'm going to have this interview with you or talk to you guys on this channel, but I'm going to seize my moment. And then secondly, passion. Let me just say something about passion. You know, I'm going to mix a lot of words. I'm going to talk about passion. We have talents, we have gifts, we have potential. So potential, it's simply something that you have, ahead of you. You have that untapped ability that people see in you. And then ability. Now I've talked about ability. So ability is what you can do. What you can do. Like I have the ability to speak. Right now I'm talking to you guys. You have the ability to ask to show, and that's what you're doing. And then now we have talents. And to me, talent, I can say, it's that inherent capacity or the inbuilt strength you have to perform something, to perform a function, to execute a task, to accomplish something. It's the talent that you have. And we all have that. So, and then, now this is getting crazy, messy. So, there's a tree. The tree has fruits, right?
Yeah.
And fruits is what we eat. Okay? The gift is given to you. The gift, you don't buy those. If I want to bless you or I want to give you something, I'll give it to you. And your gift should be able to let you serve people better. It's for you to serve them. Mangoes don't eat their own fruits. Exactly, mangoes don't eat their own fruit. They give it out. So we need to see how best do we use our gifts to help other people and then to serve our community. And then when we put our talents together with passion, now passion is that inner drive that keeps you, it keeps you that moving towards something. Now, when you bring passion and then talent, for me, the passion for tech has been so much in me. And then somehow I have the talent, to do a few computer things. And we actually go to school to learn new things and to build things up. But we don't go to learn talent. We just going to school will help you as an individual to boost your talent. But it should not be like I'm going to school to learn a talent. No. And then someone can say about skills. There's some skills that are acquired in the process because skills are acquired. And the skills of like maybe instruments and playing this and that, those are things that I acquire. It's not my talent, but I am talented in IT tech. One thing I know that is good about me is speaking. So getting back to you who's watching us today, you can only do most of the things when you add value to yourself. Now, when I talk about value, you find that because of the talent that you carry, our talent can make us move places. Our talent can make us achieve a goal when you attach a value to it. When you want to be meaningful and relevant, attach value to everything. Attach value to the skills you acquire. Attach value to your talents. Attach value to the conversations that you have with people. And then at the end of the day, you find that you make a lot of sense.
Every time I listen to Sedrick talk, I just like keep going, because it's only wisdom and wisdom and wisdom. I don't know if you've really learned something, but I hope that you have learned something because I'm touched personally. And like I said at the beginning, I'm very honored to be in Sedrick's presence because every time I get to meet him, I have to learn something from him. So, and he's the very first guest of this series, When Passion Meets Talent. And I'm happy we had to talk about passion, talent, gifts, all that kind of thing. So, attach value to yourself today, learn different skills, and spread your wings as a person. If you
Before I forget this, when you say when passion meets talent, you become unstoppable.
very
You become unstoppable. Like I have seen this where I am so passionate about something, and then even if you do what, even if there is no money, even if there is, I will always make sure that something happens.
Yeah.
We went and organized an event in Good.
Yeah.
I went and met different people to support us. No one supported me. Because I wanted it to happen, I went and got a loan. I was like, irrespective of who is with me, always we shall do this. So, when passion meets talent, you become unstoppable. Les Brown says you need to be hungry to be unstoppable. If you can't be hungry for something that you want to achieve, we shall always stop.
We have 3 minutes, Sedrick, to pour out your heart. What is that? But
Okay, thank you for the 3 minutes. So, my brother and sister who is watching me today, I just want to be very honest with you that in this world, people will only value you when you have something important about you. If I ask you a question that how many big people in this government or do you even have your pastor's contact in your phone, or does your pastor call you? Or do you have any minister's contact? Or do you have a contact or someone big in any kind of sector? Now, why am I asking this? If you start being more valuable in the things you do and adding credibility to your life, you're going to find that there are people who are far much older than you that will find value and meaning to save their number, save your number in their phone, view your status, and even call you. Most people ask me when I meet up with different people, they'll be like, some money, give us some money that they give you. And my focus is not the money. My focus is how relevant can I be? How important can I be? How meaningful can I be to these people? So if you can't find yourself something important that you attach to yourself, people will ignore you. And people will ignore you because of your talent. If you have a talent, bring it out to people, show it out to us. Because once you don't let us see your talent, we shall be as if you have nothing about you. If you bring talent, match it with passion, and bring value, add it to it, you are going to be unstoppable. Even the people that hate you will find you because of what you carry.
yeah,
When you have a tooth problem, I'm going to give a very simple example. When you have a tooth problem, you are going to get up from your house, get on a border, go to town, look for a doctor, a dentist that you hate, open your mouth wide, sit on your back, and then let him do the magic. Why?
yeah.
Because of the value he has. So, I'm sorry if I've touched your nerves, but find passion, build passion for something. You can build passion and your niche. Find something that makes you you. And if someone had to think about something that actually remind them about you, what would that be? That should be your talent.
Wow.
Find that talent, perform it, master it well, bring it together.
And you
Let us
become unstoppable.
exact, and you become really unstoppable. I think that's all I can say today.
Wow. I mean, it's short of words, but I hope you're really been blessed. Find something to do.
Exactly.
Build your passion, and this world is not enough for you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.